Okay. So, yes, last night we talked to the lady. About an hour talking to the lady. Okay, the map is actually showing up. This does not show up in other ways. So I'm actually up here. I can't make it all the way through stuff yet. I'm gonna get over to. I haven't tried yet, but I know I'm limited to go a further west until that thing gets removed. Hangman, Endurance Legendary, Horseback Monument, Conceptualization, and the Backyard Wall. Empathy, Composure, Conceptualization, Empathy, Rhetoric. $20 points towards it. 2 hours and 3 minutes. Visual calculus is going to be down until that's taken care of. Think unlock. Over here. Okay, so I need to check out 10 for her. Leads to the balcony.
Give me a moment.
I believe it was 10. Investigate 10 for the cleaning lady. 28 is where my dude is that I'm looking for.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says...
Hey, how's it going? You break in here.
Excuse me? Of course not.
Well, the lady says you're not supposed to be here.
There's no sweet talking your way in there. Be official. You have plenty of reason to enter.
Are you cooking morphine in there? I don't need to warn if I suspect there's been a break-in.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I've been doing this again because I want to do like a video thing on it on YouTube this summer. So playing it and having it recorded lets me go through it. I'm going to throw it from my Twitch onto YouTube.
That was smart.
Thank you, Kim. You did not believe in me earlier. I think you do now. Gotta like bash the door in, open. Lady, I heard someone unlocking it. Okay. First, I'm gonna look at the little things. There's a pack of medicine speaks out of the box. Fine mattress. Shoes. I'm gonna take it. I'm just gonna take your shoes, lady.
Satisfied? My name is
Oof.
Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here.
I don't trust you, real estate agent. Usually they're pretty good about making it so that there's, if you can't do a check, you're still good. Or the failure moves you forward.
Her voice is really cheerful, despite her obviously hating you.
It's fine, I hate me too.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too?
Let's inspect it.
It feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revachol Zone of Control written under a nondescript municipal logo. There's a picture of her with shorter hair inside, along with all her personal details.
Nice haircut.
Thank you. Do you have any questions? I need to be back in Midtown in an hour.
What are you doing here?
I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place.
Well, the cleaning lady seems a little confused. Or they knew how to have a good time.
It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they'd make rent.
I have no idea what you mean by Chapo Guy's voice.
But that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything you wanted, or is that it? I'm in a hurry.
Who in the foreclosed apartment down the hallway?
Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door. And there's a hole in the wall.
I've been in that room, and I know there's a hole in the wall. I'm a detective.
Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone. Just like that.
The sun must have been puny. Oh, it irks her. The incompetence.
Money's gone. Just like my money's also disappeared, I think. Could have been that much, though. These apartments look pretty shabby. Yeah,
These
take that.
apartments are perfectly fine.
This is a
They have
single
gorgeous
room.
Architecture, a million real view of the bay, good ventilation, neighbors, life, spark, and they are affordable.
Lady, this is one room. This is a shitty little place.
I'll tell you, Martinez has a future. In a few years, it's going to blossom with artists and creatives and those radio computer wizards.
Oh, I've heard there's a startup. That's going to be great.
It's as if they're real wizards, able to resurrect dead real estate and breathe life into bank accounts.
My money is also I don't think we wouldn't get into that with her. What happened with the wall?
Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time or resources to fix it.
Could just make it a double apartment.
Both apartments are now unrentable. Both. Of course.
Updated it. I'm going to reach past you and just take hypogamma. So, you know, be cool. There's a nice window here. But let's look at this. You've got, like, yeah, naked pipe kind of going through here. This looks, I mean, I guess just the line in the wall. I'm not seeing other things here. Did I tell the cleaning lady I found out what was going on? Hey, cleaning lady. Not, because the thing is,
Give me a moment.
the biggest thing I'm doing here is I am going for often the more outrageous stuff to say, because the first time I played it, I was kind of doing that middle of the road thing, which is, I think, really common in a lot of like the role playing games, where they can give you kind of those milquetoast things. And I saw I was getting boring cop, so I'm like, oh, I got to change that. So I switched it up, and I think it was Superstar Cop last time. But I'm choosing some of the more out there things as I can, but I still want Kim to think I'm cool. Because there's never been an NPC in any game ever where I wanted them to think I was cool more than Kim. Didn't find any countercultural people in apartment 10. It was just a real estate agent setting up the room for new tenants.
I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them.
Radio computer wizards are coming. They're going to save the place and the economy. No one is coming. There'll be nothing but squalor unless we start killing real estate agents. Lax women and sexual deviants. That's who'll come. Spit. That's more judgmental than I would want to be about that. No one is coming. There'll be nothing but squalor unless we start killing real estate agents. Yeah, let's go with that. Because I don't think the computer wizards are going to save us.
We won't be killing anyone. And you shouldn't say things like that. You're a police officer.
That's why I
There's
should
been
say
enough
it.
killing. I've seen it.
She's seen it and known those who have been killed.
Okay, well, if you're going to be a bummer, no. Okay, I need to find some shoes. +1 indirect mode of taxation. Right now I have a +1 composure, plus direct mode of, is that a... I don't think that's actually one of the skills. I'm not Sometimes there's a problem. It's like, oh, I'll do this thing, but you kind of go back to what you normally do. Yeah, that's my big problem. Indirect modes of taxation. Affluent moneymaker man. Oh, this will help me get money, I think. Those per and in-girl shoes have no lacing but a strap and a buckle. Due to their elegant and affluent design, they've been described as, quote, the most advanced dress shoe. So advanced, in fact, that walking through slush and mud does not leave a single trace on them. Okay, so my composure is still pretty good, but I'm not losing savoir-faire. So I think, yeah, I think we're good there. Hopefully, I'll make more money this way.
The luxury of fine things. Just look at those black monk straps. After spending an entire day hustling, who's to say that you didn't deserve a pair of ridiculously expensive shoes on your tired feet?
Yeah, you're right. Beautiful things do make people happy.
Beautiful things give you a rush.
Yeah, baby.
It's power. Crafting your style, draping your flesh in silk and leather, deciding how to present yourself to the world. Remember, when they come to take it away from you, you worked for those shoes.
Yeah, I stole them out of
Whether
a box.
you like it or not, wearing these shoes has made you more liberal. Ultra liberal.
We're going more for communist. I have not read it yet. Okay, does that give me another... No, so I've got the derealization, but I don't have a slot open. Socioeconomics, we are 1 minute and 51 away. I've been in these. So, I want to go upstairs to 28 to talk to that guy. That's the bathroom. That's not how... I don't think this takes me up. Balcony. Let's go to the balcony. This summer I do want to read through that, though, and see. But it was 28, which I think was one of the ones up there, but let's... There's nothing. Okay, if there's money there. Cool. $28. I'm gonna talk to that guy.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
I love how I get a trivial success to remember the thing that's in my journal.
Let's see if anyone's home.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening.
We're at 4 o'clock.
We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
That's good. 2100.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here. Apartment number 28. Good, let's go.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry. You'll get him. Remember, tomorrow, he's probably
Okay. Got that taken care of. Have new stuff. Shoes just... Okay, so I also need to stop by the pawn shop. I think I can get to. I think it's my... Is it my car that I end up getting to that gets me, like, my notebook and stuff? The stuff that Kim's actually like, holy shit, you actually do know what you're doing. I can go like, yes, I am not a closed door, but you look at it suspiciously. Barrels half full of rainwater. That might be illegal, keeping rainwater. Can't get in there. Can I go up there? Oh, I know how to. Oh, wait, did Kim just teleport through the fence? Kim! You can walk through walls. You are the most awesome detective. Hey, let's talk to you.
Are you trying to sneak up on me?
Oh,
Come
maybe,
to slit my throat.
I don't think I found that. Maybe I'll have to go deeper in the trash. Or maybe it's in my thing I
Logic
forgot.
error. She is not sleeping right now.
Aha!
Pigs
Cool.
want to take me out. Trying to snuff me out.
Are you sleeping right now?
Don't get fucking
fucking clever with me, pig. You think you're so clever.
Yeah, let me check. Yeah, I don't think I pulled some stuff out of the trash, but I didn't go deeper. Okay, so I think okay, we may have to go back there. As I recall, there's some information in that that's useful. The cover has a very muscular man surrounded by flames. Rose and a pistol and a half-naked dame on its cover. We're going to come back there later. So look at the trash, Kim. Forgive me, but I need money pretty badly. Okay, I gotta search deeper in here.
The trash container. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags.
Yeah, because I searched, but I decided not to go deeper, which I probably should have, but I figured, I've already done this. Let's search the food waste. I think that's where I left stuff.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing.
Success.
Nothing more to see here. What's this?
Apple's out. There's nothing more here. What is
A
this?
blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny.
Okay.
Looks like the corner of something. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic.
Thank you for reminding me, because I thought it was in the car that you end up finding. That's not for a couple days.
But you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Some dude's handwriting. Oh, is this where I found out my name?
Officer, is that your paperwork?
I don't know what this is.
It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there.
Paper sticks to the board.
If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash?
It has a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it for the great bloodletting to begin. I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore. That's why I tried to flush my cop life down the toilet. We're gonna go with the crazy stuff, so I'm gonna go with the great bloodletting.
What are you talking about?
I speaketh the tongue.
Doeth thou also thorough inventories?
Oh,
You should
hey!
take stock of your notes.
Joke,
Make sure
Kim.
it's all there. Official notes contain informants' names. If some of it has fallen into the hands of the RCM's adversaries, bloodletting may well ensue. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
I believe so, yeah. So my Inland Empire is... I've only technically got 1 point in it because my Psyche is 5, and I think because of one of my things, it's a 7. I've got an item that helps. So yeah, I've got a pretty high Inland Empire. I want physical instrument up so that I can maybe try to beat the snot out of Measurehead, because I definitely don't want the... Well, I'll become sort of racist for a bit in order to get through. Yeah, we're done here. Close the lid.
Container sounds a muffled gong.
And also, Kuno, can you stop throwing shit? Alright, let's take a look. Tools, clothes, items, interact. This is the ledger you found in the trash. It's full of notes written in a man's dense cursive. Have a closer look. Maybe it can be salvaged to start keeping notes on the case. Put that in the hand? No. Oh, yeah, maybe talk to Kim. Will let me take a look at it.
Yes?
I think you know that I can't remember anything. Tell me about the case. I want to talk about you. Oh. Wait a minute. How do I use... Use the interact button in the inventory. Oh. Oh, interact. Right. Oh, up here. God
It's
damn
the
it.
letter you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you.
Thank you.
Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
I have to look into its blue heart. I gotta do this. Inspect the toilet paper.
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Plus 5
Still
XP.
wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better.
I don't know if smell the ledger is ever gonna be a thing I need to do.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Does the aluminum feel familiar when I run my hands across it?
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
Lieutenant, what is this?
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property.
What kind of information?
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Maybe yours.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved.
Yeah, and I know I'd find
How
that
many
out.
years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Oh yeah, maybe this is the place where it goes through. He gets
Any
impressed.
capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
Okay, we're gonna go stand in front of your car here in a little
This
bit.
means
It's
you can
4:30.
read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
That's all. Thank you.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight.
Look at the white papers.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
They about.
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
2 cases a week, good caseload, Lieutenant. There was a naming convention here. I have to open an official case. Is there room?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
Well, or maybe going into a complete stupor.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
I burned out all right.
That's okay. We all do, sooner or later.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
I feel that. As someone who does not have a particularly good handwriting, I can sometimes read it. Oh, yeah,
Yes,
God, I would
it
love
appears
more
you
Disco
employ a,
Elysium.
shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name.
All right, well, what's the name?
A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
See what they are.
Yes, all caps. One is called the Next World mural. Another, the Square Bullet Hole murders. Another yet, the Unsolvable case.
Oh, that would have been amazing. Well, if it was done
Others
right, it would be
appear
cool.
More light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
I let him know I've got naming conventions.
You mean the alphanumeric?
No, with
Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
titles.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I.
Oh,
In
thank.
defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Okay, that's good
It's
to
a
know.
holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
They named the case the Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself.
We're not good people, Kim.
I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through
Ooh.
the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
An open official case is their room.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete.
Commit to paper.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity.
If they did a TV show of this, they would have to do. It would have to almost be like Hannibal in the way that it would let itself get as in depth and as weird as it wants to be without trying to like sugarcoat it. Like if this was being done, I want like the guy who did Legion, who just said, "Hey, we're gonna make something so entirely unique that we're not necessarily gonna get everybody." Like this is one I want a little. I would want a little rough around the edges, because like Fallout, I was on Fallout. I've never felt it to be particularly. There's tension. There was no tension where there should have been. I liked it. It was fine. It just didn't grab me. This is one that I would want to almost actively not work for certain people. Like some people would watch this going, "This is too weird," and other people would be like, "This is exactly the thing that I've hoped someone would make."
Inspect the victim's body.
I would try.
Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place.
Feels so good to cross off things you
A
finished.
satisfying
Yeah.
sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Lieutenant, have you named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
The Furies are at home in the mirror. The Hanged Man. The Setting Sun. Shit on. You know what? The Furies are at home in the mirror. We're gonna go Hanged Man. We're gonna go a little bit normal here.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
Yes, and like the tarot of the Hanged Man, we are suspended between this and that. We are in a limbo of sorts, and we must find the serenity to get our way through.
I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
That is represented by Shade the Changing Man in the tarot that I have.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers.
I'm not going to read
They're
it
a little
yet.
further from your nose
I'll
now.
read them when I'm not with Kim.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copy of paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out.
Kim's all about speed, not comfort. That man is substance all the way down, His style works, but it's not flashy. I'm the
Then
flashy
rip
one.
them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
You know, all covered in boxes. They look like official forms. What type of
3.
forms?
The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms.
Oh, can I give
Each
people
is easy
misconduct
enough
fines?
to make sense of.
Can I make the other $96 I need to make to reals to
You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work.
look at the misconduct fine?
A monetary penalization
Yes.
ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields.
Okay, so I can maybe use that to pay for the place I need to sleep tonight.
These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs, color of the irises, predation marks, condition of sexual organs.
This?
Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys.
I like that. Like they're like the union is in charge. Y'all, if you show up, that's adorable. But yeah, you're not the first people
The
we would
rest of the
want.
stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper.
The clipboard.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with.
That's a weird
The
place
edges
to go.
are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters RCM.
Take it.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden
Yeah.
compartment? Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if something happened to it.
What is in there?
Plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
What? Lapis lazuli.
Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it.
I need to. How?
With
Oh,
your hands,
oh! I think this is
full-sized pages hang
this where you find like a thing
from
about thing for your
the top of
wife.
the board.
Okay, I'm gonna smell the ledger first.
The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner.
Yeah, I do like how like that power fantasy sort of goes away, and that the fact that you're barely able to keep your shit together. The stuff that you're doing is actually the stuff that, like, ideally they should be here to solve these crimes, do this, but you're just so messed up you can barely figure your life out. Interfacing. I have the bonus from my stuff. We'll try to open it.
Is not what you end up doing. You squeeze the plastic to slide it open, but nothing happens. Then you bend it some, then crack it. The goddamn thing is stuck.
Don't want Kim to see that.
The ledger quivers in your hand. As it shakes, the pages rustle. This pathetic mess suddenly afraid of you for some reason.
Well, I need to get my interfacing up, or there's no. Oh, +1 physical instrument. I'm gonna need that when I hopefully knock out. What do I have for my shirt right now? +1 conceptualization, -1 suggestion. Okay, Kim, we're gonna go look at this. We're gonna leave the body there for now, because I'm not sure if I can get close enough to it to try to shoot it down yet. Turn on your
Inside,
lights.
you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Turn on the
All right.
lights.
Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage.
I do not have my gun. I have not even. I know you talked to the person in the pawn shop, and I think I don't remember if they give you information on it, but they're at least like, yeah, you came in trying to pawn it. And as I recall, they said, yeah, we didn't do that because we're not going to buy a policeman's gun.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Kinema comes to life with a whiny growl. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
This is still the first day.
There
When
you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
See, I managed to just do that without help or without doing it on purpose. I absolutely. I think I may have found my badge the first time.
As you hold your ledger's clip,
I definitely did not find my gun.
an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
Cried the lieutenant's voice.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
Let's just look at the shimmering street grid, and then he'll tell me, like, oh, those perforations mean you are awesome.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kinema's headlights.
Look around me.
A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry.
This year at Fear the Con, I'm running Detect or Die, which is essentially Disco Elysium, the RPG.
Ah, Martinez.
Where are we on this?
Let me see. Right here.
Top of the map on a segment of coast jutting out to the Great Ocean. I'm sure I've seen worse.
Oh yes. Coal City. Le Royaume. The burnt-out quarter.
Now, check out those
There are
perforations.
many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Many.
The first row has 18 dots. The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Count them
There
out.
are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200. The last row has 3 perforations.
Oh.
That's it.
And what do those holes mean?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Yeah, get a little respect on my name that I've not given you the real name, because I have not discovered Harry Dubois yet.
Son, here is where we score your life performance. You better hope it's good.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
Wait, 18 years I've done this? Get drunk like a megastar. I walk the land telling horrors and liars of the end to come. There are 9,855 days remaining. I was a hobo and lived under a boat. Probably some boring office job. I feel like I just went around apologizing all the time. You really think I have any idea? I walk the land telling the horrors and liars of the end to come.
I'm glad you joined us. Another bit of money in doom crying. Let's move on, shall we?
I like the fact your understated dryness, Kim. I do
Next row,
love.
The one that wraps all the way around is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see. Wow, more than 200.
That a lot?
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
I used to be a super cop. I used to be good. There's some solace. What's the last number? I don't think I can even re-become this person. I think I used to be a super cop.
Call it what you want. You were a valuable member of your precinct. Now, let's look at the last row. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
I'm a killer.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41...
I have yet to get to Everard in this one.
It's rather tame. I mean that in a good way.
The first time I played, I think I only went to Everard once. I think I only went to... Because I think for whatever reason, I just never went back. And apparently there's a bunch of stuff I missed because I did not go back to talk to him.
There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
Obviously, does not think highly of these.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
I know there's supposed to be a thing with the twin brothers, but I remember seeing something talking about the fact that you actually only ever meet one of the brothers, even though you hear both names, because they both got the lazy eye that the one has. Have you ever killed anyone, Kim? How do you handle the strain? Less than that.
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others.
Mine completely wiped my moral slate clean because I don't remember anything, Kim. I think that is an extremely healthy way of dealing with things, because I could deal with the fact that I've killed 3 people, the burnout of all the cases I've had by dealing with it, or I can etch-a-sketch my brain, just and then be fine. But you're going to judge me for that.
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
What are your hobbies?
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
Yeah, I should find.
Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves.
No, they give me a bonus.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Actually, so one thing is, I ended up picking up one of the Marvel A1 pinball table, which has got a bunch of the the Marvel electronic pinball games, and I actually found I do enjoy it because I'm not having to pay for each single time I play it. You can kind of play through and go and really start to get into a groove that I think would be more frustrating to me if I was trying to do that at a place with the pinball. You ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes.
It's not a problem for him to state it, however.
Yeah, we don't need to get deep into that.
The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
All right. Visit apartment 28. Track down my gun. Take a look at this. How close am I for... an hour left for Mausian socioeconomics. I do like that they at least give you the name of all of these things. The map. Map is showing up. I'm past the... I did the thing where I threw their food into the water. Nice. I don't remember the last time I was in something like an arcade. This. Roy's Pawn Shop. Who's this guy back here? Water lockout of order until Wednesday at 7:15. I'm going to also look into the trash here because we're playing a role-playing game, and that's what people do. This. Fingerless gloves. Oh, that's good for drugs. Infinite salami glitch. Who's this guy?
Good day to you, officers.
All right. Burly man.
Hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal.
Are you separated? Are you separated from your lover? We'll get you back together. We'll do that. Is there an infinite salami glitch? I have no idea if there is one.
His posture is relaxed, Despite his powerful build and a knife in his hand, this man resorts to physical intimidation only infrequently, if at all.
First things first, what are you doing here, man, on the waterlock? You know what causes... Yeah, listen, man on the waterlock.
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock.
Oh.
I'm keeping him company and eating his salami.
From the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and grey overalls waving at you
Oh, hey, buddy.
from across the canal. He seems disappointed about the wreckage on the waterlock and the salami.
Well, who wouldn't be?
Very good stuff. Anything I can do for you, officer?
Man on the waterlock picks the skin off a slice of salami and takes a sizable bite. What caused this
I wasn't here
wreckage?
to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Riverdale.
I don't know about that because I have no memory of getting my
The
car in
words,
there.
Daredevil driver sound ominous to you.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair everything around here. Especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
You know what's further down the coast? Can I have some of that salami?
Sure thing. Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Oh, yeah, Kim. Then it ponders out for a moment and decides to go for it. Takes a slice of salami from the man. You know what's further down the coast?
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it.
Listen, if I keep taking salami from this person, and it is infinite salami, then either this is like a magical, this could be Jesus, where the salami magically feeds two people way too much, which is still a miracle. It's a lesser miracle. It's not as impressive as feeding 5,000, but it's the same thing on a smaller level, and I think we should respect that. Or it's kind of like the way Thor can like cook his goats and then slam them with Mjolnir, and they pop back to life.
Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
One of the treasures you can get in Fate of the Norns Ragnarok is essentially a box that you put something in, and then 24 hours later, it'll duplicate kind of whatever it is. Which in like a post Ragnarok sort of system where you've got like snow, like there's been no sun for 3 years, the snow is getting really bad, there's not as much to eat. Putting food in there, like that's one of those things that like saves a ton of people. It's like a hugely powerful artifact. Okay, so I've got my fingerless gloves right now. Electrochemistry, as I recall, is mostly for drugs. Electrochemistry, good part of it. Love and be loved by drugs. Info. Without working knowledge of drugs and sex, the city would be difficult to understand. At high levels, makes you a man of unrestrained pleasures. An unrepentant Lothario who leers at people with a bottle of speed and a plastic bendy straw in either hand. Interfacing is what I've got from... Oh, look down here. Butter sign down! Okay. Let's talk. Ooh, the pawn shop people. We are at 513. Did not mean to walk behind the door. There's so much stuff. Some kind of machine, an antique cash register. And the person's in there like a Zoltan machine from Big. Bust of a woman. The plaque simply reads, Day. In the dark, a film projector whirring away.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back.
Win her back.
Yes. Buy something nice. A figurine.
Uh-oh. We should have it this week, because we had a couple things that stopped us. We had some people gone for a little bit, so we'll be picking up to finish up the first case tonight.
A line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
Or tomorrow night.
Franco-Nigerian knight. I used to be very serious about these guys.
A
Like-
long, long time ago.
The blue
They're not
uniforms.
all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers.
Yeah, it looks like
They are
Renee.
variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
This is what the loyalists looked like, yes, at first. Then they wised up and got camouflage.
Those would be royal.
Which ones? Ah, those. Yes, they are. I find the paint job a bit gaudy, but children like the bright colours indiscriminately.
Yeah, man, there is a base waiting for you to play it at some bar where you are out of your mind on a number of substances. I've known people like you.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers, revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
Meant to give people hope. Even we can do it. This contrast is meant to be disheartening, as it ought to be. It's impossible to win against the cohorts of capital. Ask my friend Gout, whose bitch it made me. I wish it was more nuanced. As it stands, I cannot comment. Nope, gives people hope. We can do this.
Maybe.
You gotta yes and me, Roy.
He seems to have his own take on the conflict played out in perpetuity by these toys. Might be interesting to find out what it is.
It's something truly cool.
Everything you pick out seems
Ugh.
faded, chipped, and sad somehow.
Okay.
Most of them are just broken toys.
I have a few reasons to get interfacing up. A few more things to look at before I talk to this dude. Mostly military wear.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved and well traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
Tippy toes.
One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. This is you. Golden orange. A sunset suite. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Could the device come in handy in my police work?
If police work means playing tapes, sure. You can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
You know, sometimes tapes
Like
are
a beach
important.
party, with sand and sun and seagulls dancing on the breeze.
Kim? Each party?
Theoretically, yes. But we don't have time right now. It's generally murder investigation first, then beach party.
I'm gonna hold you to that, Kim. I'll just rock out with a pawn shop owner then. Actually, it doesn't have to be a beach with a boombox like that. I'll bring the party to the streets. Work first, party late. I do want Kim to like me, so I'm gonna choose.
That is the unofficial RCM motto, yes.
You sure this is all in working order?
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres. Even though I don't really like music.
You look like a bass player. That's gotta be a terrible thing.
Is the Harman Welsh W2, made in Vespa, designed in Seoul, plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there.
This is,
It'll set you back 12 real.
I've only got 4.5. Okay, maybe I'm gonna wait because this may not be the right time.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
Is that a streetlight?
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
How much is it? Or
It was
where did you get
brought
this?
to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
I will let my gaze run over.
Has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently. This would make quite a statement in your living room.
How much is it?
700 real. A bargain, I dare say.
Are you out of your mind? There's one like that on every corner. Even take into account the risk of obtaining the light. 700 sounds about right, I imagine.
light has undergone 3 transformations, and every transformation, large or small, has a price tag.
Strange way to put it, Mr. Bass Player.
Well, there are the costs of removal and rewiring. The most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
Okay, that checks out.
Nothing else I need to know. We're going to talk to you a little bit, my friend.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop.
Man at the counter turns to you slowly.
What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
So I had made a TikTok about this at one point, and some people came on and said you actually can get more than enough to buy that. I think you maybe get bribed by the players, by the guys in charge of the union. I can't remember if that's where they said you get it from. But yeah, it is. I think there's enough to get it, because my thought was you can never get it, because I was pretty penniless most of the time when I was playing. Like, I think now I can actually maybe write tickets for people and get money that way, which would be great. Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting you. It's shameful how insufficient the police presence is in this part.
I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Yeah, I can't blame.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Business plan is all over the place. You specialize, zoom in, recapitalize now. I think some of your selections are more tasteful than others.
It keeps me entertained.
There's something I'd like to sell. Electrochemistry. Is Roy high? And if yes, then what is he on? I can't change my clothing and stuff now. Him spinners and Joyce's money. Might be able to aid our investigation. You happen to have any guns like the ones I'll do that right now.
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
That I was possibly
This
coming
is a
back for
pawn
this.
shop, and it did feel as if you've met before.
Oh God.
Oh God. The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another. Alert.
Was the buyer a policeman too?
She didn't seem like a policeman.
Oh,
She kept
Cindy.
referring to herself as a pig,
This would be Cindy,
which was
I
odd.
think.
I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
I think that's Cindy the Skull.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
All right, okay, Kim. I think the word allegedly should be in there. We have both been police officers. I'm an 18-year officer. This is maybe part of my plan.
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
I don't like it either. What if she intends to commit a crime and blame it on the citizens' militia?
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find her.
Any idea where I can find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
I'll say I sold my gun.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
That sounds more coherent than I probably
And
was.
I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
The hell?
He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you.
I bet there's something you're not telling me.
You weren't quiet yourself, officer.
You don't know what myself is like.
You were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you can't trust yourself with it tonight. And that you need the money.
That last part's true.
When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it. Then I agreed to take it.
How much should I sell that gun for?
15 real.
The lieutenant looks from you to Roy, and then back to you.
Kim,
It's clear that he hopes this tableau might still turn out to be a bad dream.
should have come
It's
here
not,
without.
though.
Should have come here without Kim.
This has got to be the most.
Okay, you shut up. You're my skill. Shut up.
There's pity there too, in case you didn't notice.
I'm gonna say nothing.
The light swirls in his face and glasses. He
Of course.
You might be able to aid our investigation.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
What do you know about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
Well, then that's all I got.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Check. Failure.
Okay, he definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've probably done it, and many other things besides.
Tasting
But
the
you
air.
keep looking at his wares, talking to him, that might give you more clues. A guarded man like him wouldn't tell you if you asked out loud.
We may get that when we come back, because I've looked at everything. Yep, I gotta take off here shortly too, get some lunch. Actually, yeah, doing this is not a bad place. I think Cindy the Skull has my gun. I'm going to bring up my morale one more. And then, actually, I'm so close to another level up. A few interfacing will help a few things I've got. I still would like my shivers to be more. Save game. And all right, got an hour into it. Have yourself a good one.